What's going on, guys? Welcome back. In this video I'm going to be matchmaking every fighter on UFC 307. So let's get into it. Early prelims. Court McGee versus Tim Means. I'm going to start off with Tim Means. I think Tim Means should fight Nico Price. I don't know. I just think they're two kind of older guys, and I think it would be a pretty entertaining fight. They're both pretty good. I think that's just like the fight to make. For Court McGee, I think he should fight Alex Morono. Alex Morono is going to fight Daniel Rodriguez. I feel like maybe whoever loses that fight, the loser of D-Rod versus Morono, I think whoever loses that fight, Court McGee should fight them. For the second fight, I think Tisha Pennington should fight Luana Santos. I think that would be a good fight. It's like a two unranked people trying to get into the rankings, fighting for a ranking fight. Carla Esparza, of course, retired last night, so we won't be seeing her fight anybody. So I think Luana Santos would be a good fight. Maybe Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill would also be a pretty alright fight to get her into the rankings. So yeah, I think Tisha Torres should fight either Casey O'Neill or Luana Santos. This fight, Ryan Spann versus Ovince St. Preux. Ovince St. Preux, I don't know, man. Ovince St. Preux, he's old, I think. He's just, he always loses, man. He'll win one, he'll lose one. He's getting finished fast, and he's getting rocked fast. He definitely has a little bit of CTE. I feel like they should probably retire or maybe fight like an up and comer, but he's gonna get knocked out. So I don't see what's gonna happen with him next. There's nothing he can do. He's run out of moves. It's like kinda, I hate to say it, but he should probably just retire. I don't know. I think Ryan Spann, he submitted him last night. It was a really good performance. I think he should fight Dustin Jacoby. Dustin Jacoby just came off a loss against Dominic Reyes, and I feel like this fight would be good, and then whoever wins that fight should get a shot at the rankings. And I think Ryan Spann has a good chance at beating just Dustin Jacoby. So I think that's a good fight to make. So that's all the early prelims. On the preliminary card, I didn't like this fight, but let's go with Ihor Potieria first. I think he should fight Zachary Reese. Zachary Reese, he's like an up-and-coming guy. He has a mullet. He's from Texas. He just beat Mendes? Mendina? He beat some dude. And then before that, he beat the Cuban Missile Crisis guy. I don't remember his name either. But he beat two guys. He won against both of them. His only loss is against I'm such a casual, bro. What the heck? The guy who lost to Bo Nickel on UFC 300 and just got a no contest with Al Hassan. But I think he should fight Zachary Reese. It's a pretty good fight. I think they both have a good chance at winning that fight. Zachary Reese is a good finisher. Ihor Potieria, he just lost, and I think it's just a good step down in competition for Ihor, and a good step up for Zachary. So I think that's a good fight to make. For Cesar, I think he should fight Ryan Loder. He just won the Ryan Loder just won the Ultimate Fighter. He's like a wrestler. He's really good. It's a nice kickboxer versus wrestler matchup. I think that's the fight to make. I think that's a entertaining fight. Ryan Loder's pretty good. Just coming off that win off the Ultimate Fighter. I think Ryan Loder has a chance to beat Cesar. And it's a good fight. It's like an entertaining fight. So yeah, I think Cesar Almeida should fight Ryan Loder. And I think Ihor Potieria should fight Zachary Reese. Next fight, Austin Hubbard versus Alexander Hernandez. I think Austin Hubbard should fight Vyacheslav Borshev, the Slavic Santa guy. The guy who lost to Shea Super and then beat a dude by decision. That guy's pretty, like, he's good. He's Russian. And I think that's a good step down for Austin. I think it's a nice chance for Borshev. I think that's an entertaining fight because Austin Hubbard, he's a nice striker. He's fun to watch. And so is Borshev. For Alexander Hernandez, I think he should fight Diego Ferreira. If Diego Ferreira doesn't get matched up with anybody for like 4 more months, give him Alexander Hernandez. I think that's a really entertaining fight because Diego Ferreira, he's so slept on. He's such a good fighter. He was a plus 500 underdog in his last fight. And he won. He got a round 3 TKO. His BJJ is awesome. It's so fun to watch. He's good on the feet. He's good at Muay Thai. He's good at everything. I think that's a good fight to make, and whoever wins that gets like one of the higher ranked or the lower ranked lightweights, maybe Jalen Turner or somebody like that, Paddy Pimblett or something. So I think Alexander Hernandez should fight Diego Ferreira, and I think Austin Hubbard should fight Borshev. 2 very entertaining fights. Marina Rodriguez, I think she should take a step down and fight Amanda Ribas. I feel like that's a good chance for Amanda Ribas to bounce back because she just lost to Rose Namajunas. So I think that's a good fight. That's a even fight. I think that's like a pretty equal fight. I couldn't say who would win that, but I think that's a good fight to make. For the winner, Yasmin Lucindo, I think she should get Jessica Andrade. Jessica Andrade just came off a loss against I don't know what her name is. Okay, she's coming off a loss, and she beat Marina Rodriguez. Marina Rodriguez lost to Lucindo. Yasmin's gonna go to like the 7th spot. Andrade is at like the 4th spot. So I think they should put Yasmin versus Jessica Andrade. I think that's a pretty entertaining fight. For the featured prelim, this is a very sad one. I think Stephen Wonderboy should either fight Michael Venom Page. Even though it'd be a boring fight, I think it's a good fight. It's like a fun fight. Or retire. He's getting up there in the unk status, bro. I can't lie. He's getting a little bit older for fighting at least. And he's losing. He got knocked out for the first time in a long time. That was just like a really sad to watch. So I think he should fight either MVP or retire. For Joaquin Buckley, Tyler, the creator over here, I think he should fight Ian Gary. I think Kamaru Usman's a little bit too high in the competition for him. I don't think he'd win. Or I think that's a pretty even matchup, but he needs to get one more win, and then he can fight for a number one contender, and then he'll fight for the belt. I think he should fight Ian Gary, and if he beats Ian Gary, he should fight Kamaru Usman. But right now, I think Jack Della Maddalena versus Usman is the fight to make for the welterweight division. Shavkat versus Bilal. Jack Della Maddalena versus um Kamaru Usman. I think that's the fight to make. So Joaquin Buckley versus Ian Gary, Stephen Thompson versus MVP, or he should retire. The main card, Ketlin Vieira. Start off with Ketlin Vieira. She lost to Kayla Harrison, the little Brock Lesnar, juiced up Brock Lesnar. I think she should fight what's her name? Macy Chiasson. I think that's a pretty good fight. Macy Chiasson's coming off a win, the doctor stoppage win over Mayra Bueno Silva. That was a pretty entertaining fight. It was more entertaining than the MVP versus Ian Gary that came before it. I think that's a good fight to make. I think it's pretty even. Gives Macy Chiasson a chance to get up there in the rankings. I think that's the fight to make. For Kayla Harrison, she should fight Juliana Pena. Juliana Pena fought in this card. She just won the championship. And I think Kayla Harrison's going to beat her. I think she's going to win by either submission or decision. So I think that's a good fight to make. It makes sense. So in the next fight, let's go with Kevin Holland. I think Kevin Holland should take a lot of time off, bro. Like a lot. At least like 6 to 7 months. He fights so much. It's pretty crazy. I think once he comes back, maybe he should fight. I changed my pick. I was gonna go with Shara Bullet, but now I choose Nick Diaz. I think that would be a good fight. They're both like fun fighters to watch. They're both like they're both talkative. They're both strikers. I think that's a good fight. It's pretty like even, not too aggressive for either or. So yeah. And I could see it going either way. For Roman Dolidze, I think he should fight Jared Cannonier. That's a good step up in competition. Jared Cannonier is on a 2-fight losing streak, both by KO, TKO. And I think Jared Cannonier would beat Roman Dolidze. I'm not a big fan of Roman Dolidze, so I think that's just the fight to make, in a way. I don't know. So, Jared Cannonier and Shara Bullet, but take a lot of time off. This was a robbery fight. He didn't land a single takedown. That was terrible. He was just clinching. I think Jose Aldo should either fight Henry Cejudo or Dominic Cruz. I think it's both two good legacy fights. I think he has a chance to beat either one of them. It's good for the fans. It's good for everybody. It's good for him. But I think he should take a little bit of time off. And for Mario the Goomba Bautista, he should probably fight like Song Yadong or something. Nothing like too high in the competition. Song Yadong just came off a loss against Petr Yan, and I think Mario Bautista has a chance. Song Yadong's pretty alright. He's a mediocre fighter. He's pretty good, pretty even, and I think that's just a fight to make. It's like nobody really cares about that fight, honestly. But who's he gonna fight? He's not gonna fight Sean O'Malley. He's not gonna fight Petr Yan. Nobody has any respect for him right now. Everyone hates him. So I think either Donna Cruz or Henry Cejudo for Jose, and Song Yadong for Mario Bautista. For our co-main event, Juliana Pena versus Raquel Pennington. I think Raquel Pennington should probably fight Norma Dumont. Norma Dumont just came off a win against Irene Aldana. That was a really dominant win. Irene Aldana's face was busted up by the end of that fight. It was like probably the worst cut I've ever seen. I think she needs to step up. She can fight for number one contender. Fight Raquel Pennington for that. I think that's the fight to make. And for Juliana Pennington, we already matched up her with Kayla Harrison, so we can skip that altogether. For the main event, let's start with Khalil Rountree. Khalil Rountree, that's how you lose a fight. That's how you lose a fight. He gained so many fans because he was humble. He's good. He's nice. He's like a good fighter. He's entertaining. He lasted 4 rounds with Alex Pereira. He didn't have a super cocky attitude. That's how you lose a fight. That's how you fight. That's like Jamal Hill. He was all cocky. He was all like all smug, and he got knocked out. That's how you lose a fight. You have to be a warrior. Khalil Rountree was a warrior in that fight. That was an awesome fight. I think that was really good. That was a really entertaining fight. I think Khalil Rountree should still take a step up in competition and fight Jamal Hill for #1 contender. I think Jamal Hill is obviously coming off the loss with Alex Pereira. He should take a step down in competition, fight Khalil Rountree, and that would make for a pretty good fight. I think Khalil Rountree is gonna slump Jamal Hill because, man, bro, Khalil Rountree almost head kicked Alex Pereira's face into oblivion. That was crazy, bro. That was insane. That was an awesome fight. For Alex Pereira, I think he should go down a weight class and fight Dricus du Plessis. Nah, I'm just kidding. I think he should stay in his weight class. He's looking really good. I think he should just continue until he gets 4 title defenses and then make a move down or up from there. I think he should fight Magomed Ankalaev. I think that's the pretty obvious fight to make for Alex Pereira. Everyone thinks that that's a fight to make. Like Khalil Rountree, he wasn't supposed to fight him like in the viewer's eyes, but it's the better fight to make. It's the more entertaining fight to make. So I think Alex Pereira should fight Magomed Ankalaev and Khalil Rountree should fight Jamal Hill. So that's my fights to make after UFC 307. Every fighter. So yeah, I think that was a good card, and thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all whenever I make another video. I don't know when.